What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mia, and you are listening to The Way of the Millennium, the only podcast down south where you can listen to real and raw topics. So sit back, enjoy, and don't forget to click the share button. Welcome, everyone. Today, I want to talk about a subject that is pretty popular right now. It's been on social media. It's in the hashtags. Everywhere I go, I see it in the hashtags. Self-care. And I know, everyone has their own definition of self-care, but to me, self-care is partaking in activities that help promote healthy lifestyles, happiness, confidence, appreciation for yourself, high self-esteem, self-confidence, all of the above. Sometimes self-care can be misinterpreted as being selfish or arrogant or too confident, but I don't see it as that. Why would you not want to pour everything into yourself? Why would you not want to do everything you can to accomplish your dreams and your goals? There's nothing wrong with being confident. I used to get talked about because of my confidence. And people who want to make you small because you take care of yourself, they're just projecting insecurities. So self-care is very vital to a person. It's the most important thing that you can do on this earth as a human being, is taking care of your individual self. That way everything else falls into place. If you're a parent, you're taking care of yourself. Obviously your children are going to be taken care of when you're happy and healthy, because you're doing what you need to do to sustain a healthy, happy lifestyle. And I know sometimes that is hard when you're a mother, especially mothers, because we sacrifice and we do so much, and then we begin to neglect our self-care, our daily needs. And everyone has needs, men and women. I'm not just talking about mothers. I'm not just talking about women right now. I'm talking about individuals, people. Self-care is very important. And I have a list of 7 aspects of self-care that I feel like you, the listeners, you should take in consideration, and I have taken in consideration. Is something that I do, and it actually helps me. I have been living a healthier life and a happier life. My confidence is a lot higher now since I have taken these steps to practice self-care. The first one, your physical needs. Everyone has physical needs. I don't care if you're a male or female. You have physical needs. The most popular one, we can touch this, skincare. And I'm not just talking about your facial skincare. No, I'm talking about your whole body. You have skin all over you. Your face is not just skin. Don't be going around looking good in the face, but then everything else is ashy and dry. No. Exfoliate, cleanse your skin, soak in the tub, whatever you need to do to your whole entire layer, do that. Eating healthy. I cannot stress this enough, because I don't care if you're skinny, I don't care if you're overweight, I don't care if you're medium, you're thick, I don't care what size you are. Eating healthy is very important, because your body will react off of the foods you eat. You can begin to smell because you're not eating healthy. I don't know how many times I have been around women and they either have an odor, and then you look at their diet and it's like, well, this is why, because you eat spicy foods 24/7. You're not taking your vitamins. Women, we have to take our vitamins and our probiotics. Because our system needs to our bodies cleanse themselves, right? But also we need to help our bodies doing that by taking our vitamins, probiotics, fruits, veggies, water. We need to keep our bodies clean. When you're eating junk food on a regular, you get sluggish, you get draggy. You're not I've noticed since I've been eating healthier. It hasn't been recently, it's been years, but I've always had a pretty good diet. I'm pretty sure the only time my diet was not the best was my like the beginning of my freshman year of college. But that second half of my freshman year, I began eating better, and I noticed a difference in just how I would get up in the morning earlier. My mood was better. I was eating better. Your body feeds off of what you eat as well. Getting enough sleep. That's important as well. I saw a video where they were saying most of the millionaires don't get sleep. I don't believe that because they're millionaires. I feel like they're making money while they're asleep. They're constantly making money in their sleep. Your mood changes if your sleep patterns are not good. If you're getting 3-4 hours of sleep, that's not good for the body. You're going to be in a sluggish mood. You're going to be in a bad mood. You might even have attitude or a chip on your shoulder. People that go to work, like especially in like the warehouse scene where they're slaving and they don't get that much sleep and they come back early super in the morning the next day and they're just like, oh, I don't want to be here, I'm tired, I didn't get enough sleep. Like, think about it. People that you know who don't get enough sleep, they're like, oh, I'm tired. They have bags under their eyes, they look tired. Your body will let you know when it needs to eat healthy. It will let you know when your skincare routine is not good. It will let you know when it's time to exercise, get enough sleep, exercise. In the mornings, I get up at 5 a.m. and I take my daily walks. I get up before my kids do. I know as a mom, sometimes we neglect our self-care needs because we want to make sure the house is in order. We want to make sure our kids are in order. We want to make sure our husband's needs or our boyfriend needs are met. No. Take care of you first, mom. Take care of you first, dad, okay? Once your kids deserve a healthy mom, your kids deserve a healthy dad. Take care of you so that the people around you will be able to be taken care of. That is a part of self-care, pouring into you so that you can give to others. When your cup is not full and you have an empty cup, how are you able to give to others? That's why you see so many people are emotionally tired, physically tired, mentally tired because they're pouring, but they're not pouring into themselves. They're draining themselves. And since we're talking about emotions, your emotional self-care needs as well. One thing that I love to do is I love to journal. I love writing what's in my head. Sometimes I read my Bible, I'll write the notes down. When I feel like God is giving me a sign or a message, I write it down. Um, See a therapist, talk to a therapist. A lot of times in like the Black community, having a therapist is looked upon. And it's like, no. Because those people, the people who are so against having a therapist, from experience, from seeing, I'm not speaking for everyone, but from the people I have seen who are so against having a therapist and who feel like it means, their excuse is, well, I don't need any help. I don't need a therapist. I'm okay. Having a therapist does not mean you're crazy. It does not mean you're mentally impaired or doesn't mean that you have a mental illness. It just means that a therapist is someone who can help you with your life, who can help you with grieving, who can help you cope with coping mechanisms. Because sometimes we have negative coping mechanisms. Sometimes when we get upset, we want to eat a whole bowl of ice cream. That is not cool. That is not okay. Instead of talking to someone and understanding what we're going through and finding healthy ways to get through whatever, trauma or whatever tragedy or struggle that we might be going through. Setting boundaries, that's very important, especially for your emotional need, because sometimes you have people in your life who are taken away from you emotionally, who can create people who are monsters can create a monster by being a monster to you. Sometimes when you're happy and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're confident, other people project their insecurities on you, causing you to have low self-esteem because they don't want your light to shine. That's why it's so important to set boundaries. Because some people just come to destroy your happiness. And without those boundaries set, you're allowing the enemy to come into your place, to come into your bubble, disrupt everything. Like, think about relationships. I've seen it firsthand where someone was confident and happy before a relationship. They got into a very toxic relationship, very abusive relationship, physical abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, and they left that relationship and they were a total different person. They did not set personal boundaries. They did not walk away from that person. Do not allow these monsters out here to turn you into a monster. And the perfect way to protect your mind, your spirit, your heart, your mental space is to set boundaries. Another thing that I feel that I do as well, practicing self-care emotionally, is like speaking to myself in a positive way, positive affirmations. That's why on, the Way of the Millennial on our page, you constantly see affirmations, you see ways to talk to yourself in a positive way, because neurologically, you look in the mirror and you talk to yourself. Your brain believes everything that comes out of your mouth, whether you believe it or not. It's just how the brain works. So look in the mirror, tell yourself, I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am going to fulfill my dreams. I am confident. I got this. I can do this. Nothing is going to stop me. Constantly speak nice to yourself. Don't look in the mirror and say, "Oh, I look fat. Oh, I look ugly. Oh, I can't do this. Oh my God, I'm tired." Do not speak negatively over yourself. There is power in the tongue. Life and death is in the tongue. Your words are very powerful. So please, men and women, speak nice to yourself. Also, you have to think about the health of your mental state. We just spoke on emotional state, the health of your mental state, your mind. I feel setting goals for myself, holding myself accountable, and being able to reach those goals, that really helps me mentally. That puts me in a great mindset whenever I hold myself accountable. I have self-awareness and I meet goals, especially when it comes to setting goals, because I'm very competitive and I'm very dedicated and determined in whatever it is that I set for myself. So that kind of gives me something to focus on. Setting goals, um holding yourself accountable every day. Say, like, I saw this video. It was Kobe. He said, at the end of every day, look in the mirror, ask yourself, was my day better today than it was yesterday? Did I do better today than I did yesterday? Hold yourself accountable. That is very healthy. And you don't have to do it in a negative way. If you feel like, okay, I could have did better, you say, you can do better. You've got this. Learn a new skill. I feel like that's important too. Anytime I learn something new or I do something new that I've never done before, my confidence is boosted to the max. Whenever I finish school, or I read a new book, or I just do some research on something that I didn't have the best knowledge on, and I gain knowledge from it, my confidence is sky high. I'm telling you, my confidence is rooted in my intelligence. That's how I am. I already know I'm beautiful, but it's just something about learning new things just gets me just so excited, gets me so confident. I feel like also reading is very good for the mind, it's very good for the mental. Sometimes we have to take a break from social media, because right now social media is very, I don't want to call it toxic, but the society, their views and their perception that women have to look like this and men have to look like this, and you have to have this amount of money, your house has to look this sort of way. If you're not living like this, then something is wrong with you. It's a billion people in this world. We're going to have a billion different types of lifestyles, okay? So when it comes to social media, do not be brainwashed to feel like that is how your life is. Like, that's why lately I have been indulging in books, because books opens the mind to just new levels, new surfaces, just new areas in life. It opens your mind. And if you're not a reader, you can listen to a podcast. I love listening to podcasts. Here's one right now you can listen to, The Way, the Millennium. If you're not going to listen to a podcast, YouTube has great motivational videos to listen to. It doesn't really have to be a motivational video. It could just be something that you're interested in. You search it on YouTube or the internet. TED Talks. TED is one of my favorite media platforms to listen to or to watch and to gain new information on. I'm telling you, TED has, it's like a whole dictionary, guys. Or encyclopedia. It's the best. Like, you want to open your mind to so many possibilities and information, definitely watch TED. I'm gonna be on there one day. I promise you guys. You're gonna see me on there. I'm gonna be on stage. And when I get on there, I'm gonna be like, I told you so. Didn't I tell you I was gonna be on here? That's my favorite. Also, Your environmental. That's another self-care area or aspect that needs to be taken serious. Environmental as in where you are, where you're located, your setting, your house, your work environment. But right now, let's speak on the house. Keep your area clean. Keep your house clean. Look, I am cleaning my house every single day. I clean my house every single day. Why? Because I have two kids running around my house every single day. Even during the week, when my oldest is in school, he comes home and he's ready to play with his younger brother. I have to clean up after them. Before I go to bed, I make sure the house is clean. When I wake up in the morning, I'm making sure the house is clean. During the middle of the day, I'm making sure the house is clean. Because it's so hard to function and clutter. It really is. And have you ever just been to someone's house and it's like super junky and you're like, yo, why is there so much clutter here? How do you function in this? Sometimes your area is dirty or clean based off of your mental state. Like here's an example. I've been at people's homes who were filthy, people that I was cool with, their house not the best, but then I had to take a step back and realize this person is not in a really good headspace. Clutter can be very depressing. Even if you have to make yourself get up and clean and you don't want to do that, I'm telling you, just a clean area where you can just breathe fresh air and it smells good, light some candles. It'll elevate your mood. It'll make you more happier and make you more relaxed and at peace. Also, take time to just sit in quietness and silence. After I clean the whole house, sometimes I go in my room and I just relax, take like 5 minutes and just sit there and enjoy the peace and tranquility and just sit there and relax. And I know this probably is like, oh, this is so cliche, or okay, Mia, you don't really do this. No, I do this for real. I'm telling you, I'm at a place where I'm so at peace and so happy with what God is doing in my life. I'm telling you, just those moments of just sitting in stillness and the earth is still, away from everything, away from the noise of the world. Just get away from it. Just get away from the noise. I'm telling you, taking that time, your brain needs it. Your brain deserves it. Your mental space deserves it. Your emotional state deserves it. Also, well, that's the same thing, but relaxation. Take some time to wind down. Not before I said take time in quiet stillness, but when it comes to winding down, whether that looks like chilling on the sofa with the music playing, drinking a glass of wine, watching your favorite TV show, relaxing on the couch or on the bed, whatever that relaxation looks like to you, take some time to wind down. I would do that every single day, have my own wind down time. My wind down time is after my kids are in the bed at 8 o'clock, I'm winding down. It's very, very, very important to have relaxation time and not just be on the move every day and then you get home and you're doing whatever and then you take a shower and you sleep. No, you need to relax before your bedtime as well. You deserve it. Taking care of yourself socially. It's popular to, right now, it's been popular to be in isolation, or it's popular to, you don't need friends, or you're your own person, you're an alpha. But we need people in our lives. We need people we can connect to. We need family, we need cousins, we need friends. It does not have to be a long history line of friends. Like me, like you can have your set of Christian friends or your hangout buddies, whatever it is, any friend that you have. It doesn't have to be 5, it doesn't have to be 10, it could be one friend. Take time to schedule during the week and hang out with that friend. The positive, they have positive, very encouraging, non-toxic. You don't need, that's where the boundaries come in. No one that is toxic, no one that is creating drama or messy or anything. I'm talking about those friends that pour into you, you pour into them. There's a connection there. They support you, you support them. Those friends who bring happiness and you also bring the same to them. It is okay to be alone though. But it's important to have those people. It's important to have a support system that you can hang out and have a good time with. And even if you don't have that person, reach out to someone that you love. Reach out to a family member. Reach out to someone in your corner and just show them love and gratitude. I do that sometimes. I'll send people I care about, I'll send them a motivational video, or send them an encouraging video, just letting them know, hey, I'm thinking about you. Like a couple days ago, I sent a lot of people in my life just video on like this is their year to win, and that was just me just trying to show love to people. And honestly, I wouldn't say I did it for, well, let me not even say it. Doing that, it helped, it made me have a little gratitude for myself, because I was like, I love these people, and I want to pour into them. I want to, I want to show them that I love them and that I support them in everything that they do. So let me let them know this is their year to win, and then they got this. And when I did that, I was not really expecting anything back, but a lot of those people who I knew were meant to be in my life, they responded and let me know like, hey, you're doing awesome, I see what you're doing, you're doing big things this year, you are great, just being very supportive and kind. And that just made me feel really good, because it was like, yo, I didn't even expect that from them. I was really just trying to show gratitude and let them know how much I care and I love them, and for them to just let me know, hey, I've been watching you and you're doing amazing. It really touched me. And you never know what you might open the door when you show gratitude and love to, people around you, just those random acts of kindness. Recreational, also known as, something you do for fun. Self-care is not all about, being alone, being in quiet time, getting enough rest. It's also about having fun as well. And that's something that a lot of people don't bring up when talking about self-care. Finding a hobby. Me, it's probably reading. It used to be dancing, but it's kind of hard to do that now with two kids. I might do that in the house, in my living room, like dance. But whether it's sports, basketball, like I have a brother and his hobby is playing basketball. So he works, full time, but outside of work, he's in a basketball league. And, that basketball brings happiness to him. Reading brings happiness to me. My podcast, that brings happiness to me. Just my whole brand, it's not really a hobby, but it's something I'm building. But it is on the side next to school and career and my kids and my family. So always find something that has your focus, that's a hobby that you can improve in, that you can set goals for. Um Playing a game, a board game or a video game. One thing, I do play video games. I do. Me and my boyfriend, we play video games. I've been playing video games since I was a little girl, and it does relieve stress, especially if you're doing it for the right reason. And I have seen people get on the game and they get online and they start talking crap to each other. I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about, a game that you like, or a game on your phone. It doesn't even have to be a video game or a board game. Those game places that like an arcade, or Breakout. That's one of my favorites. It's actually this place. It's a game. So it's this place that you go to and they lock you in a room. You have to figure out how to get out. But it's really more of a mental thing. You got to figure out the clues and just break your way out. But that's something that you and a group of friends could do. They also have the board game in stores. They also have it where you could do it online. So you don't necessarily have to go to the place and do it. But any type of recreational, going to the park. I take my kids to the park. Try to take them to the park once a week. There's actually the school has a park down the street where all the kids go to. So it's really convenient, because it's like, okay, my son, he gets to see his friends there. My youngest will be able to go there. He can run around. They, play with the kids. And for me, that's good, because it's like, okay, let me take advantage of this time at the park. I'm outside of the house. Let me get some fresh air, soak in all the sun. So yes, anything recreational that, but there's so many things you could do. Going bowling, going skating. I mean, those are recreational things as well. Trying to think of anything else that people do. There's so many amusement parks. There's so many things. My son actually just went to the fair a couple days ago. Yesterday. I said a couple days ago. That was yesterday. Look, I got my time mixed up. But yesterday he went to the fair, and that was, I didn't go, but that's recreational, going to the fair, just doing things that make you laugh, that make you smile, something that is fun. And lastly, when we're talking about taking care of ourselves, you need to take care of yourself spiritually. Now, everyone may not have the same spiritual perception or the same religious perception that I might have, but you can meditate. Me, I like to meditate in my word. When I read the Bible, I am in prayer, in my worship. It does give me a sense of peace at home. God, I feel like God definitely has given me a lot of peace, and a lot of people are shocked because of things I have been through in the past year or two. With losing my mother. And even though it's been a year, I'm actually doing better spiritually, mentally, physically, just all around better than anybody else I have known who has lost a parent. And for me to have lose a parent in my 20s and I'm still doing okay the year after, I really pat myself on the back because I'm taking care of myself. And that's one thing my mom always stressed to me, is to take care of myself. I'm always a priority first. And I know some people are like, oh, well, what about your kids? Yes, your kids are a priority, but if mom is not in a good mental state, if dad is not in a healthy physical or mental state, then how can mom and dad take care of them? But yes, prayer. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Prayer, meditate, random acts of kindness, that's good for the spirit as well. Anything that you need to do to just remove the toxic energy, the toxic vibes, negative energy, negative vibes, however you may see fit, because I know everyone has their own way, their own spiritual needs. But I know for me is reading my Bible, talking to God and getting closer to him, and he fulfills every need, and he also lets me know what I need to work on. God is love. And I have personally experienced his love to the point I don't ever want to just put myself down. I want to love myself. I want to take care of myself because how much I know that he loves me. Like, how dare I not love myself when I know that the man who created me loves me, put me on this earth for a reason. That's where my self-confidence comes from as well. I'm alive. I'm here. I was born. I have a purpose. And that's for anyone listening right now. Like, you have a purpose on this earth. And in order to fulfill that purpose, in order to fulfill your dream, in order to fulfill your destiny, you have to take care of yourself as an individual. That is the only way. This is the only way you're going to live a healthy life. This is the only way you're going to live a happy, fulfilling life, is taking care of you. Now, I do want to thank you guys for listening. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And also let me know what you think of this episode. And you can also let me know what type of subjects or topics you would like to hear in the future. I got a couple fans and supporters who have told me topics that they want to hear in the future. So do not hesitate to let me know. Remember, we have a Instagram now, The Way of the Millennial _podcast. And our Facebook is The Way of the Millennial. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love you guys.